Well, Joe, it's obviously been a difficult season for you for a number of reasons, but it's nice to walk away with a couple of bits of silverware.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a roller coaster season for a few of the lads, and it's nice to come away with a bit of trophy wear. Yeah.
Something you were expecting?
Never. Didn't. Obviously, I come tonight, not expecting. I just come to make up the numbers and show my face to the fans who haven't seen me since I broke my leg. But yeah, to come away with 2 awards, it's not what I expected.
And you just mentioned the fans. It's terrific to get some recognition from them, because at the end of the day, that's what you do it for, really.
That's it. You do it well. You do it for the club and the fans, as well as do it for yourself. I think they're the 3 main things you've got to do. You've got to work hard. You've got to play hard in front of the fans and respect them, and you've got to do it for the club as well. Because at the end of the day, it's a club what pay your wages and help you through thick and thin. And lucky enough to be at a club where they care about you.
You obviously picked up some awards, so there has been some good times for you this season. Is there any particular moments that you remember fondly?
I think start of the season, maybe after about 10-12 games, where confidence had gone, and it's hard to get it back as a player. It was just a bit of negativity was coming my way. I didn't know how to handle it, but then you have to rise above it. You've got to think about where you want to go, what your ambitions are, and you've got to try and stick to it and work even harder. And I've showed what I'm capable of, and I've come back, and I think the last 20-odd games I think I've got back to my best, and I'm happy with that.
You made some comments in the press earlier that season, criticising the team. Are they comments you kind of stand by and you think have proved improvement throughout the season?
Well, I get a lot of criticism off the fans, and I don't know why I can't tell my players. End of the day, they're my teammates, and if we can't tell each other, then we're not going to get anywhere, are we? I wasn't criticising them for their ability or their lack of effort. What it was I just thought, my opinion, that some of the lads were being a bit sloppy and they could have done a bit better. And maybe I should have saved that for the change room and not the press. I've learned by that now. I know I won't be saying anything again like that. But you make mistakes, don't you? You learn by your mistakes, and I'm one of them players. I'll tell you to your face. I got it told to my face, so I think that's how they work. Honesty is a main policy, and moved on from that, and now we're doing well.
And certainly, it seems like you said you thought a lot of the players were sloppy, and that has been the case. Throughout the season, you've been justified, because it's not like you've been outplayed for large periods of games. It's been little individual errors and little lapses of concentration.
Well, that's it. Yeah, like I said, we're a young side. We've not got experience. Every single one of us are learning. And it's one of them things. I don't think it was a case of being sloppy. I might have got my words wrong. So experienced players don't switch off, and I just know now next season everyone will learn by something. Everyone will take something out of this season now. It'll make them a better player, and they can move on, and they can start and obviously improve for next season.
Do you think the fact that there was a lot of young players here, maybe expectations amongst the fans were too high, and it's unrealistic to aim for where they think you should be?
I do think so, but when you're limited to bringing sources in and players in, it's hard. I think you've got to work with what you've got, and don't get me wrong, the lads who have come into the first team, the young lads, have done very well. They were the best players in the youth team, the best players in the reserves, so why not give them a go? There's nowhere else to go from the reserves. You've got to throw them in at the deep end. And I was just saying to one of the lads today, there was one point over the Christmas period, the oldest player in the team was 23, and that was John McComb. So the rest of us, I've just turned 22. There's 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. So it's a young squad and a hungry squad.
And looking towards your future, obviously the contract's nearly up. What's the situation at the moment?
2 o'clock.
We're in talks at the minute, but nothing's been finalised. Obviously, I'll be in talks this week with the gaffer and the chairman, but there's still a lot of things in the air at the minute in regards to what's happened with the club and that. And obviously, we don't want a season like last year, and well, this season, and we want to be around it next year. And obviously, that's going to have to be a massive part of keeping me at the club. I've been here 4 years now. I've played 2.5 years. Well, 3 years it will be now. So it's a big part of my life, and I've just got to see what we can agree on, and then if it's good, then we'll take it from there.
There's been plenty of speculation throughout the time you've been in the first team about other clubs maybe being interested. Have you heard anything recently about potential other clubs?
No, I think nowadays with the market and that, clubs are rarely going to take a player with any injury, and with my injury and what it is, I haven't heard anything. I could honestly say that. I've just got to take it in my stride, and hopefully we can get something sorted here.
And a word on the manager just finally, do you think it's unfair, the criticism he's been subjected to in the last few weeks?
Yeah, I do. But then again, I haven't gotten myself involved in it. And the dates, it is part and parcel of football. There was start of the season. There was when the manager, at least in it, was involved and was taken on. Was he given a fair chance? You don't know. It's out of the players' hands. All we do is turn up and play, train, and work hard for whoever's in charge. I know my personal views on Dean Glover, and I rate him highly. And it's up to the chairman and the board now. It's out of our hands, and next year we've just got to play for whoever it is and play for the club.
Looking back, do you think it was maybe a mistake then to get rid of Lee when the club did?
I'm not sure, because to be fair, we had 24, 25 games in League One when he did take over to keep us up, and we didn't. And then there was speculation about him not being able to bring in these players and that. He had a fair crack at the whip when he did, and we didn't really progress. So no, I don't think so. I think there was a period where we had 10 or 12 games where we didn't know what was going on. There was Andy Porter and Dean Glover as manager and coach, and I think we were just stuck there, and I think that's where our season sort of went down a little bit. And you need some stability at the club. We haven't had stability at the club for the last 2 years. And I think once we get that sorted, then we can move on.
And looking to move on, what's a realistic aim for the club next year?
We've got to be looking for playoffs, really. I know this season we've underachieved, but a lot of the young lads will be taking experience from this year and taking it into next year, and hopefully mistakes we've made this year won't be made next year, and we can come together and make a good bond. There's going to be 15 lads here from this season next year, so it's not going to be a lot of changes, but all we need is commitment and desire, and put it on and turn things around on the pitch.
Top stuff. Thanks, Joe. Well done, mate.
Cheers.